Be me, 28, work in marketing, pretty successful. Dating has always been easy. Not trying to brag, just stating facts. When I go on dating apps, matches flood in. Hundreds within hours. Can be picky, choose whoever seems best. Go on dates regularly, usually the guy pays. If it doesn't work out, there's 10 more waiting. Never really thought about it from the other side. Just assumed everyone's experience was similar. My brother Kyle is 26, 2 years younger than me. Good guy, genuinely good person, has a stable job as an accountant. Funny, smart, takes care of himself. Not a male model, but not ugly either. Just normal. We're close, talk regularly. He mentions dating struggles sometimes, but I always brush it off. You're just being too picky. You need to put yourself out there more. Just be confident. The usual advice. Never occurs to me that maybe it's actually hard for him. One night, he comes over to my apartment. Looks exhausted. Not physically, emotionally. You okay? I ask. Yeah, just tired of the apps. Getting nowhere. He laughs bitterly. That's one way to put it. Pull up his phone. Shows me his Hinge profile. Looks good to me. Nice photos, interesting prompts, shows personality. This is solid. You should be getting matches. I get some. How many? This week? 3-inch. Wait, what? 3 matches in a week? Yeah, that's actually a good week. I get 300 matches in a week. Literally 100 times more. Feel something uncomfortable in my chest. What happens with the 3? He shrugs. 2 never responded to my message. The 3rd unmatched after I said hi. So 0 conversations this week. 0 conversations this week. Sit with that information. Maybe your opening lines need work. Want to see them? Shows me. They're fine. Referencing something from her profile, asking a question, being friendly. Nothing creepy or weird. Just ignored. How long has this been going on? 2 years on the apps. And how many dates have you been on? He thinks. 5. 5 this year. 5 total. In 2 years. Brain cannot process this. I've been on 5 dates in the last month. Kyle, that can't be right. It is. But you're a catch. You have your shit together. Thanks. Women on apps don't seem to agree. Something about how defeated he sounds. It's different than his usual complaints. Wanting to look at your profile? Maybe we can optimize it. Already paid for 3 profile reviews. They all said it was good. Then what's the problem? He looks at me like I'm being deliberately obtuse. I'm an average-looking guy on an app where women have infinite options. That's the problem. Want to argue. But I've seen my own match queue. He's not wrong. What about meeting people in real life? I try. But approaching women in public makes you a creep now. Not if you're respectful. I am respectful. But I can see them tense up when I approach. Like I'm a threat by default. So I stopped trying. Never thought about this. I've had guys approach me in coffee shops, bookstores. Did I tense up? Yeah, usually. Assumed they wanted something from me. Which they did, but not necessarily anything bad. Just connection. What about through friends? All my friends are coupled up. They don't have single friends? They do. Set me up twice. And first one spent the whole dinner on her phone. Second one told me halfway through she was still in love with her ex. Both times I paid for everything. Ouch. I'm sorry that sucks. It's fine. That's just how it is. It shouldn't be how it is. He gives me this sad smile. A lot of things shouldn't be how they are. We watch TV in silence. But my brain is spinning. Thinking about all the times I complained about dating. Ugh, too many messages, can't keep up. This guy's opener was so lame. Why do all these men like me? It's exhausting. While Kyle sends messages into the void. Gets ignored. Pays for dates with women who aren't even present. And just accepts it. Start paying more attention. At work, the women talk about dating constantly. Ugh, another guy with just gym selfies. This one can't even hold a conversation. Why are men so low effort on apps? Used to join in. Now I'm thinking about Kyle crafting thoughtful messages. Getting left on read. Is he low effort? No. He's just invisible. Ask my coworker Jessica about her app experience. How many matches do you usually have? I don't know, I don't count. A lot. And how many do you respond to? Maybe 1 in 20? Most aren't worth my time. That's 95% of men, just dismissed. She's not being cruel. She literally doesn't have time to respond to everyone. Neither do I. But that means most men are screaming into a void. Do you think it's hard for guys on apps? I ask. She shrugs. Maybe for ugly guys. Normal guys probably do fine. Define normal. I don't know, like tall, good job, interesting. My brother has a good job, and he's interesting. Is he tall? 5 feet 10 inches. Oh, that's probably it. That's it? 2 inches below 6 feet. Women want 6 feet and above. Do they, though? Or is that just a meme? She shows me her filters on Hinge. Height, 6 feet 0 inches and above. That's 14% of men. So you're filtering out 86% before they even have a chance. I'm allowed to have standards. She's right. She is allowed to have standards. But it never occurred to me what that means for the 86%. They just don't exist in her world. Start asking more women about their filters. Height requirements, universal. Income expectations, high. Photo quality, professional level. Bio standards, must be funny, interesting, and unique. Meanwhile, I ask Kyle what his filters are. 25-35 within 50 miles. That's it. That's it. No height requirements? Body type? Income. I'm trying to find someone who'll respond to me. Can't afford to be picky. The difference is staggering. Decide to run an experiment. Create a male profile on Hinge. Use photos of a friend who gave permission. He's average looking like Kyle. Normal job, normal interests. Write a genuinely good bio. Swipe right on 50 women over 3 days. 4 matches. Send thoughtful messages to all 4. 1 response. She stops replying after 2 messages. That's it. That's the male experience. Feels sick. Delete the profile and call Kyle. I'm sorry. For what? For not understanding. Understanding what? How hard this is for you. He's quiet for a moment. Did you make a fake profile? How did you know? Because that's the only way women ever believe us. Kyle, it's okay. I'm used to it. You shouldn't have to be used to it. Well, I am. Silence. Can I ask you something? He says. Of course. Why is it so hard for women to believe our experience? I don't know. Because from where I'm sitting, it feels like society just doesn't care. Women's dating problems are taken seriously. Men's dating problems are jokes. Want to argue, but can't. He's right. When women complain about dating, it's valid. When men complain, they're told to stop whining, or that they're not entitled to women, which is true. Nobody's entitled to anyone. But that doesn't mean their loneliness isn't real. I care, I tell him. I know you do. Now. That now hits hard. A few weeks later, Kyle mentions he has a date. First one in 6 months. I'm irrationally excited. Tell me everything. Met her on Hinge. We've been talking for 2 weeks. She seems really cool. 2 weeks of talking before meeting? Yeah, I wanted to make sure she was actually interested. Makes sense. What are you guys doing? Dinner at that Italian place, downtown. Nice. She picked it. No, I suggested a few options, and she said she didn't care. So I picked the nicest one. How much is that going to cost? He shrugs. Probably $100 with tip. She's not offering to split. Hasn't mentioned it. You didn't ask? Didn't want to seem cheap. Feel a complicated mix of emotions. On one hand, I appreciate when men pay. On the other hand, Kyle just spent 2 weeks and $100 for one date. That might go nowhere. While his match is risking. What exactly? An hour of her time? Date night arrives. Tell him to text me after. 10 p.m., my phone rings. It's Kyle. He sounds crushed. How'd it go? She didn't show. What? Waited for 40 minutes. She never came. Did she cancel? No, just ghosted. I even confirmed this morning, and she said she was excited. Hear him trying not to cry. Kyle, I'm so sorry. It's fine. It's not fine. Did you already order? Ibaita. But I tipped the waiter $20 for holding the table. My heart breaks. He spent $20 on a date that didn't happen. After 2 weeks of investment. After getting his hopes up. Want me to come over? No, imukai. Just tired. I'm coming over. Find him on his couch, staring at nothing. Bring ice cream. We eat in silence. Do you want to talk about it? Not much to talk about. She just didn't show up. Did she ever respond? Yeah. I texted asking she was okay. She said sorry, wasn't feeling it. That's it. 2 weeks of conversations, all that planning. Sorry, wasn't feeling it. Don't know what to say. Never been stood up. If I had been, my friends would be outraged. We'd have a whole thing about what a jerk the guy was. But who does Kyle tell? His friends would probably just say, that sucks, bro, and move on. I'm really starting to hate this, he says quietly. Maybe take a break from the apps. I have been. This was my first real try in months. And this is what happens. Look at my brother. Good kind man, who just wanted someone to show up. And she couldn't even do that, or give him the courtesy of canceling. Women don't understand, he continues. Understand what? How much every rejection costs us. You go on dates all the time. If it doesn't work, whatever, next. For me, it takes 6 months to get a date. 6 months of swiping and messaging and hoping. Then she doesn't even show up. And I'm back to zero. Never thought about it that way. For me, rejection is a minor inconvenience. For Kyle, it's 6 months of effort wasted. I feel like I'm screaming into a void, he says. Like I'm just not visible. Like I could disappear and no one would notice. That statement terrifies me. I would notice. I know. I mean romantically. I could just not exist, and the dating market wouldn't even register it. I want to tell him that's not true. But based on what I've seen, it might be. Start noticing the invisible men everywhere. The guys at the gym working out alone. The men at coffee shops reading by themselves. The ones at bars standing awkwardly, not approaching anyone. How many of them are like Kyle? Trying, failing, becoming invisible. At work, overhear conversation between Jessica and another coworker, Megan. This guy had the audacity to ask me to split the bill. Ugh, cheap, right? Like you asked me out? Exactly. Think about Kyle paying $100 for a ghost. But men are cheap if they don't pay. Do you guys ever offer to pay? I ask. They look at me weird. Why would we? Because it's equality? Dating isn't about equality. It's about traditional gender roles. But only when it benefits women? Jessica frowns. What's your problem? Just thinking about my brother's experience. What about it? Tell them the story of Kyle getting stood up. Megan shrugs. Maybe she had a good reason. She didn't even cancel. Okay, that's rude, but things happen. Would you do that to a guy? No, but what? I don't know. Men can handle it. Can they? Uncomfortable silence. Decide to have a girls' night with my close friends. Bring up Kyle's situation. Immediate responses. He's probably too picky. He should lower his standards. Maybe he's coming on too strong. Is he showering regularly? All the usual dismissals. Show them his profile. They all agree it's good. Then what's the problem? I ask. Maybe he's just unlucky. For 2 years. My friend Sarah, who's engaged, pipes up. Look, dating is hard for everyone. I had plenty of bad dates before I met James. How many dates did you go on before James? She thinks. I don't know, 50? 100. Kyle's been on 5 in 2 years. The room goes quiet. 5. Sarah repeats. 5. That's not possible. It is. I've seen it. They all start making excuses. His photos must be bad. They're not. His bio must be boring. It's not. He must be doing something wrong. He's not. The idea that the system just doesn't work for average men. That concept doesn't compute. Maybe you should hire a dating coach, suggests Rachel. Why should he have to pay money to get basic human connection? I don't know, but clearly something needs to change. What needs to change is women having realistic expectations. Oh, I've done it now. Are you saying women should lower their standards? Rachel asks coldly. I'm saying maybe filtering out 86% of men before they even have a chance is part of the problem. Women are allowed to have standards, and men are allowed to be lonely? That's not our responsibility.